the shoulder. It looks like he might, and he's going to go all the way across lanes and try to maybe transition here. We'll see onto not, but we'll see, or on an off ramp there. But we have some heavier traffic here as we approach the 5, and it looks like he's going to try to weave in and out of that traffic. Absolutely, and it looks like he's transitioned already now past the 5 freeway, so it's southbound 710, and looking up ahead out the window, it looks like traffic's going to be pretty light on the southbound side of the 710, so driver content here to go the speed, 67 miles an hour, the CHP on his tail, the airship still overhead, and it'll continue on this way until they either try to get a spike strip if it tries to exit the freeway, or possibly a pit maneuver when the car slows down. Yeah, absolutely, Micah and Sherry. You see the driver there. Now, see how dark the freeway is here. This is actually a pretty good freeway for the CHP to try to do a spike strip if they're able to, if the traffic's light enough, and it pretty much is. I mean, there's, I would say, light traffic. There's quite a few cars on the southbound 710 here, but there might be an opportunity for the CHP to try to put a spike strip out, especially if he's in the shoulder lanes like this. That would be enough room to do it, but it's a definitely tricky situation, especially since he's known to have rammed another police agency. So that could be problematic for the officer's safety. You know, we haven't heard from the CHP yet as far as the number of people or occupants in the vehicle, so it's unclear. We're hoping to get some light on the vehicle. I'm going to come in tighter. Maybe you guys can see it. I'll brighten the picture up a little bit here, and maybe you can see the driver in there or possibly a passenger. But so far, hard to tell. Copy that, thank you. Right. Mike. I'm getting a landing light in the shot. Well, Mike and Cher, I could tell you that, yeah, possibly exiting here, but I can tell you that our assignment desk, Elizabeth at the desk, was saying that she heard on the scanner that CHP was talking about there being just the solo occupant, the driver, in the vehicle. So we'll see what the driver does here as he's exiting the freeway, and we'll stand by for direction here. I believe this is going to be an off-ramp. Yep, he's got two options there, and he's going to make a right-hand turn. This is going to be in Linwood now, so we'll see what happens here with the Sheriff's Department if the LA County Sheriffs get involved with this pursuit. Now it's coming into Linwood. Absolutely. I'm getting some information right now. That the officers. Okay, sorry about that. We're getting information from our assignment desk that all officers that were involved in that ramming of the vehicle are okay. That's good news. So as the vehicle approaches this intersection, he's going to make a left turn here, Mike, and we'll hold our spot here. But you can see CHP still in the pursuit. And going into a neighborhood here. This is Harris Avenue and Woodlawn in Linwood. So this might be a familiar area for the driver. Got off that freeway intentionally. It seemed like he...
any kind of tactics or anything. So let's see, we're going into a neighborhood now off Harris Avenue and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We'll see if, CHP, a lot of times they do not hesitate to get in there with the pit maneuver if they have the opportunity. They may just want to bring this one to an end, and the whole thing with the assault with the vehicle definitely makes the authorities take things quite a bit more seriously. Although we've now seen just about all the angles of the vehicle, and I don't really see any damage. So I'm wondering if it was just kind of a tap or a very gentle push. It definitely it doesn't look like they plowed into a patrol car or anything that serious. But regardless, the authorities do take it very seriously whenever there's any kind of contact between their vehicles. So back out onto Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, just kind of doubled back around, and we'll see if maybe they're headed back towards the freeway, I think. But yeah, I mean, look at this, 20 miles an hour. There's a couple more police right there, or CHP, just kind of giving you an idea of the coverage that they have on this and how they keep everyone on the periphery of this one. So quite a few units involved in this one, ready all around the pursuit if the suspect decides to get out and run or something like that as they get ready to go underneath us again. And as we're giving you the angle of the vehicles that are pursuing this suspect. So we did get a little bit of a look in the passenger side. I didn't see anyone on the passenger side, but I did see a lot of stuff. Let's see if we can kind of get another look in there. It looks like there might be a lot of stuff in the passenger seat there. So maybe a bit of a messy vehicle as we're going under the 710 now. So now making our way eastbound, and let's see, they're kind of coming in like maybe they might try pit maneuver. This could be a decent street to do it here on Atlantic Avenue.
They're looking for that clear path where there are no other cars in the way, no pedestrians out there. They're making sure that it's safe for their officers as well, and they're not going too fast. But they definitely have a plan here ready to go. You can tell because of the way that they're speeding up a little bit, and definitely keeping right behind this person. They haven't given this up. As we said, this started in the city of Chino with the Chino Police Department, and they're the ones who initially pulled this car over and it was for DUI. And they decided that they're not going to stay pulled over, that they're going to hit with their car and a patrol car and then take off. And now it's turned into an assault with a deadly weapon, and that's why we're looking at that charge now.
And you know what I'm wondering, Susie? We know that the car has Oregon license plates, so they're not familiar perhaps with the area. In other pursuits, you see the driver kind of head to familiar areas, maybe want to drop off the car somewhere they're a little bit more familiar with. This driver may be going blind, not knowing where he's going, as we're seeing here, just kind of going slow, maybe trying to figure out what they're going to do next. And again, that patrol car right behind him there, we keep thinking maybe, will there be a pit maneuver? Will anything happen here? He's reaching another intersection. I don't know if the light is green or not, but look, he's stopping.
It looks like they're stopping and obeying those street lights. But, you know, to your point, Juan, about stopping this car, you know, pit maneuver, certainly that's what CHP officers, I'm sure they're talking about doing. But also, when we're talking about, you know, a person who actually, when we see them, you know, traveling in a pattern, that's when they're thinking about spike strips. But we haven't seen them actually really traveling in a circle or anything that they can actually identify. So, but it looks like they're just.
It looks like it's a standoff here. Traffic isn't moving in any direction here, Mike.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think, Des, if you can tilt up a little bit, I think his light is green now, and he's just sitting there as he's trying to make, you know, you'll see now we're moving through.
It was a bit of a standoff for a second.
Here we go. There it is. Great opportunity there for Pitt. Yes, spinning him right around. Like I said, CHP
that's a good one.
looking for the perfect opportunity, and that was a textbook one right there.
And
The
looks like
driver
it's
didn't even
disabled.
know what hit him, and that definitely did some damage to this vehicle here. So we'll see. It looks like that definitely stunned the driver. They're not making any very serious attempt to get away at this point, but
Not playing around this
CHP
time.
not messing around. We'll see if we're able to kind of move around a little bit here, see if the driver comes out or what their next thing is going to be that they want to do. But it is highly advisable to read the room here and just give up after that. CHP letting you know, no funny business tonight. And it would be incredibly unwise for them to try to continue this if the vehicle is even capable. So now as I can't even tell a little bit of movement there from the driver's seat. You can see all the stuff sitting on the passenger seat. Okay, there we go. There's a hand. There's one hand. We want to see a couple hands. And as I said, out on a major street. Now we're getting pretty late at night. Atlantic Boulevard or Atlantic Avenue, a very good place to do this, just south of Rosecrans. And it looks like it was successful. We saw one hand, so we need to see some keys out the window or a couple of hands.
Yeah, and you know, you called it,
sure that the
Desmond. We got to
driver
a
is,
street where
giving
it
up.
looked like the pit maneuver would be a good one to do here. The streets weren't too busy, not a lot of cars on it, and it took 2 attempts, but this definitely brought this pursuit to a stop.
No, absolutely. And this person now sitting there inside the car, and I'm sure they're getting the orders yelled at them.
Yeah.
It looks like they were obeying for a minute. You know, the orders are usually stick your hands out the window, throw your keys out the window, open the door from the outside, and then walk out, turning around, show your waistband, walk backwards, and then get on the ground.
You
But
can see
it
the
seems
mess
that-
there that
yeah,
Desmond was
exactly.
talking about on the floor of the car.
They've got lots of things going on in the passenger seat. And it also makes you wonder, to your point right now, you know, what else were they running from? Was it a simple DUI?
What else is in the car?
I mean, we
right?
said, you know, assault with a deadly weapon because they supposedly hit one of the patrol cars with their car, but we don't see any damage on the car. You know, and as Desmond was talking about, maybe it was just a simple bump, but what else were they running from? If they have Oregon plates, are they from Oregon? Did they steal this car?
Well, that's the other problem with the plates is they're not getting any. There's no return on them, so they don't even know who the registered owner of the car is. So you know that law enforcement can read so much off of plates. They can figure out where you live, what your criminal history is, all of those things. CHP doesn't have that advantage right now because those plates are not coming back with anything.
So there's
at
no
all.
cooperation between law enforcement where we would be able to get to that?
There
information?
is, and there usually is, and it just kind of depends. The way they read it back, they said the plate is clear, no return. Generally, no return means they didn't get any kind of hits off of it or any kind of information that they were able to gain. And we haven't seen them say anything about or heard them say anything about who this driver might be, where he's from, his history. The CHP is notoriously known for just kind of moving in and ripping the guy out if it's a minor want like a DUI. So the fact that they're not doing that may lead us to believe that they either are concerned about what they don't know or that there is something kind of bigger at play.
Or maybe they found out this person is armed. Who
Oh,
knows?
here we go.
They're facing in a very dangerous situation.
Getting
I
the
mean,
shield.
obviously, you know, face to face with them. Usually at the end, you see the car face the other way around, but it looks
I
like
think-
they
I
are
think
going to
we're
get
going.
a body shield.
Yeah.
That officer in the front has that
Yeah.
body shield, and they're going to stack right behind that person and start making their way to that vehicle. And as Mike said, maybe they will just go in there and grab that person. As a CHP, we know them to be more aggressive, but there's definitely something going on in that car. They have knowledge of something going on in that car. That we don't, obviously,
go.
and that's why they're
Yep.
taking their precautions right now. Looks like they're making their way now.
Mike, do we know anything about the driver age or anything like that that may make them a little bit more confident to go in there and get the driver out of the car?
No,
their
and as
hands
we
are
watch
up.
them kind of rip that, the door's not even unlocked. If he doesn't comply,
Unlock the
they'll break
door.
the window.
They're
So
gonna
we'll see
break
if that happens. Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
hands are up,
get
though.
ready.
You can see the hands are up.
Unlock the car.
Here goes the window
Yep,
break.
They're breaking it.
That's one of those
Yeah.
things that you tap the window and it cracks, right?
Yeah, that wasn't very effective. So there we go.
there it
That'll be
goes.
more effective.
That was
Wow.
more effective.
Yeah.
They're going for
Would
it.
have
That'll
been
do it.
easier to just unlock the car
I was
door.
gonna say, yeah.
Especially if it is his car. Now he's got a broken window on top of everything.
Yeah. I mean, just really making things a lot more difficult than it has to be here. They're just going to
Ooh,
reach
for
in
the
through the
person.
broken glass and unlock it manually and yank this person out of the car. And, I mean, what a difference for if we were watching the pursuit last week with LAPD that ended up turning into a huge standoff on Coldwater, and things were shut down for hours and hours, and they had 3 Bearcats out there and gas and the bank poles and all the tools for that one person. And meanwhile, here's CHP. They come in less than 5 minutes. All they want is their ballistic shield, some less lethal ready, and they come up and they manually smash out the window and then even reach through the broken glass to open it. It's just really an incredible juxtaposition as far as the differences in policies between the departments. And like I said, CHP a lot of times not messing around. Proof positive tonight. Looks like the one person in the vehicle now, they're clearing it. They're now in custody, and the joyride is over.
And it looks like a younger guy, Desmond, as we see him getting handcuffed and taken to the patrol car.
No shoes.
Yeah, he's wearing socks, just socks.
Yeah. Well, those are going to get dirty pretty quick. But, yeah, I mean, it just kind of struck me as one of these that was just almost trying to be really annoying to the authorities and just kind of going to drag this out as long as possible. And then at the last minute after the pit maneuver, even still just kind of sitting there pouting in their seat, not wanting to surrender and forcing the police to come up and yank them out like that. And have it your way, either the easy way or the hard way. You're going to end up in handcuffs either way. And so here we are, all over on Atlantic Avenue, just by Rosecrans Avenue on the edge of Compton.
Yeah, and on the right side of your screen, you're watching that pit maneuver that was very successful, turning that car right around as it faced the other way. And then the officer going right into the breaking of the glass. And then you'll see that person just stick their hand in there and open the door from the inside to get that person out. The CHP being very aggressive tonight, as we see pretty often. They do that.
Yep,
Yeah.
indeed. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching KCAL News at 10.
We'll have an update tonight on KCAL News at 11.